Collective, Season 3, Episode 3, Lying and Spying. This was a good episode, y'all. This was a good episode. I have tons. I have one, two, three, four, five pages of notes. So this was a good episode. Bell Collective be giving me my life. It's better than Housewives to me. That's just my opinion. It's better. Don't tell Carlos King I said that, because he gonna take it from here to here. But it's very entertaining. Way better than Real Housewives of Atlanta right now, currently. But yeah. So let's get into it. So first we go off of where we started where we ended last time, and that was Latrice takes Oguchi out to talk. So they go out to talk, and I'm glad Soguchi kept the same energy that she's been keeping since we got to this point. So that's good that it wasn't a switch up, you know. So unlike Marie, I do think Soguchi is right for being mad. She has a right to be mad, unlike Marie. Like, I don't really think Marie has a right to be mad at Latrice. I don't really connect the dots, even though I like Marie and I don't like Latrice. I don't still connect the dots on why Marie has a problem with Latrice. My thing is, Latrice should have that energy towards you, but no, Marie had that energy towards Latrice, and it's maybe could be just because she don't like her, because I tend to do that when I just don't like nobody. I could just tell you're not my cup of tea. So, but Marie be going from 1 to 10 when it comes to Latrice, and she is so happy that she has somebody to not like Latrice with her. But Marie is my favorite, but I do have to say that about Marie, period. So, yeah, like I said, unlike Marie, Soguchi does have a right, because she could have told Soguchi that she was going with another person. She could have. And instead of just acknowledging that, Latrice just going to dance around it. I don't like Latrice. Like I just said, Latrice is not my favorite. I don't like her. She's not my cup of tea. If I met Latrice on the street, I personally told a girl this before, like recently, that I work with. I literally told her, like, you're just not my type of person. Like, and that's okay. Everybody is not gonna like everybody. I'm not gonna like everybody. Some females and me do not mesh, and I feel like Latrice is that type of person. So, whatever. And I just don't know who she thinks she is. Like, talk about what she say? We was stealing. This how she thought we was stealing the deal, honey. We was stealing the deal. Like, girl, if you was stealing a deal, you wouldn't be in that building just having one side now. If you was stealing the deal, honey, you just not have one side. Because you a boss, right? Latrice, just bring it all the way down, please. Because I just be needing you to break it down, sis. Break it down. All this stealing the deal, please. Like, girl, bye-bye, girl. Bye-bye. So now we move to Akeisha and Joshie having a conversation. Akeisha is going to Goddess Links. Goddess Lengths. Okay. So Lakeisha ended up going to Goddess Lengths to meet Joshie. All of a sudden, Akeisha had been known for Joshie for 4 years. All of a sudden, Joshie been known for her for 4 years. Had the best of friends. Why they couldn't say that when Akeisha first came on, I don't know. But clearly, Akeisha and Joshie is the best of friends. Whatever. And obviously, they close enough to be talking about Latrice and her business in her shop, where she not only gave Joshie a head. I don't like Latrice. I could keep saying that. But not only did she give you somewhere to sleep, to lay your head when you were going through something, and you quote-unquote disrespected her husband, which I don't agree with her on that. But then you go to her salon with her castmate on her show in her salon where she paid you to work to talk about her personal business. I didn't like that, Josh. We're gonna keep it all the way real. I did not like that part. Okay? The other part, by you living there with her, she extended that invite. She put you in the business of her and Cliff. That's her problem. But whatever you and your friend got going on, you keep it between you and your friend. You don't go tell Akeisha that's her literally castmate on this show. You don't go tell her business. I don't agree with that, Joshie. I don't. So, yeah, like, I was just like, oh, so maybe they are close. They are very close enough for Joshy to be saying this to Akeisha. So Cliff was outside the door the entire time. Looked like when they went up to talk in the other bedroom. I do 100% agree with Akeisha when she was just talking about like trust and relationship. Like she wish her husband would do something like that. If you don't have trust, you don't have nothing, and that's so 100% right. You can't not feel like you cannot be yourself, or you cannot go somewhere or do anything, you know. So definitely, I agree with Akeisha what she said, how her marriage looked like, and what she feel about trust. I don't know exactly what she said verbatim, but I do agree with her on that. Because who's dealing with that? Like who's dealing with it? Well, obviously Latrice, but no. Mm-mm. So I was confused. Like, did all this happen the same day? Like the morning thing when he came to the room, outside the room when you went to the separate bedroom, to the later on that night at the M bar. Like this all happened the same day. That's how they kind of made it seem. So I was very much confused. I really wonder how long does it take them to shoot this stuff for this reality show? Maybe like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, month, 2 months max. Like that just really made me wonder. I wonder how long does it really take for them to shoot this reality show? But yeah, so clearly more was said off camera. I like Akeisha. She do too much sometimes, but she do be speaking facts, okay? She does be speaking facts. Akeisha said her grandmother told her nothing but a bought less than you paid for, baby. Your grandma said something then. She said nothing but a bought less than you paid for, and that's right. But gathering from all that I seen from the scene, I just personally don't think like Josh should have shared what he shared with Akeisha. Yeah, Akeisha's cool. Yeah, she gave you a good response. But if it was me, if I was Latrice, I would not be happy with that. Clearly, as we see later on in the episode, but I wouldn't be happy with that. Especially you telling her that they sleeping in separate rooms. Like, it's already hard enough for the public to know. So it's just like, why would you have to say that? Like, what made you share that with her? So now we go to the next scene where Latrice goes to visit Letitia. I'm still confused as to what exactly Letitia does. Like, she has this office and Pearson Enterprise, but what exactly are you doing now since you're not doing Fair Street? Like, how do you get your money? Because speaking at events, I just know that that's not providing. So it's just like, we can't really connect the dots with Letitia, I'm sorry. We can't really connect the dots with Letitia. Like, what you doing for money, girl? Like, because what is this Patrice Enterprise? Like, what is this? Like, what is your job title? And I'm not denying that she has something going on, but I just want to know what it is. Because Fair Street was the big thing, season 1, and Akeisha just came and took that right up off you. Right up off you. So it's just like, what are you doing at this whole office building with this whole assistant? Like, what are you doing? Like, you would think Akeisha have all that, but she don't. So it's just like, what are you doing? What are you proving? Where are the brunches? Like, what are we doing? When are we getting that back, Letitia? When? So she's trying to tell somebody how to publicly speak. So I see Latrice thing is she likes to call everybody the best. Like she said, when it comes to public speaking, you know, Letitia, she's the best to do it. Like, I just said to myself, so that's what she like to do. She likes to call everybody the best to do it. But when y'all fall out, she gonna say she gave you that name, or she the one that put you on. I don't like that. Don't say I'm the best. I'm not the best. Nope. Don't say I'm the best, Latrice. Don't say I'm the best. But yeah, we gotta find out what Letitia be doing in that office. So they start practicing the public speaking. Oh, I had to put this up here. I got to put Latrice baby picture up here. When I say Latrice scared, I had to do a jump back when I seen Latrice baby picture. Like, that's why you act the way you do. Because, baby, it's a lot that money and makeup would do for you. Because, girl, when I see Latrice baby picture, when I say I jumped from the TV jumped. I'm gonna put it in my video too. So, Latrice wants to ask Letitia for relationship advice. I feel like that's a wrong person to be trying to ask for relationship advice. Yeah, she still gave you some valuable advice, but that is not the person that you should be asking relationship advice from, Latrice. That is the very, very last person. And then you clearly say before you ask her the relationship advice, like Glenn and Cliff is not the same person. That was the dig right there, because I feel like you just saying Cliff don't cheat on you, like Glenn cheat on Letitia and have this imaginary possibly baby. You wanted to let that be known that they're not the same person, but you feel comfortable enough to ask her for advice. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe they are. Maybe they are. Just in different ways. So she had to go talk to Letitia because she can't talk to Joshy no more. He done counted himself out of that. Let Letitia be that for y'all. I was very confused on when did Tamra say exactly she didn't want to be in a group message with Akeisha to Letitia. I'm sorry, their names is all over the place. So to Letitia, I was like, when did Tamra say that? But it ended up showing later in the next scene. So we'll talk about that later. So I don't think Letitia is lying about Tamra and her fake ways. Like, I think she's dead on, and I think Marie's dead on. Tamra, it's just something about you that's not clicking. It's not 1 + 1 just don't make 2 with you, Tamra. 1 + 1 just doesn't make 2. So Marie and Tamra meet up for lunch. So Gucci literally made everyone think that they was going to yoga, because now this is the second person saying, I thought we was coming to yoga and it ended up being a boot camp. So you done told all these ladies that we're going to yoga. I would be mad too, because yoga and boot camp is 2 different things, baby. And especially when we out in the hot sun. What is wrong with you? So Gucci, what's going on? I would have gave you a piece of my mind if I would have came somewhere thinking we about to do one thing and we doing a boot camp. No ma'am. So Tamra has never heard of herself being a liar. She does not understand what Marie is coming from with this. She does not understand what Marie is saying, child. But she does not know herself for being a liar. I honestly, wholeheartedly believe Tamra does dance around the truth. Now, does she come out and say a blatant lie? No. But I think Tamra skates around the truth. Yes. Yes, I do. So Tamra has never been engaged with Damon. I think we knew that. Yeah, so she's never been engaged with Damon, but it seemed like Marie was asking her about the engagement because it's another man coming out saying that Tamra was engaged to him, maybe. But Tamra, you made it seem to us like Damon was your high school sweetheart. That's the only person that your parents know of. Like, so who is this man with this picture that's coming out telling Marie that it was something? Like, this is why we just can't see it for you, Tamra. Like, right here, right now. This is the proof why we can't see it for you, Tamra. Because you just dance around the truth. Period. So, Tamra says her audience has trust in her. What do your audience have to do with anything? How much trust do your audience really have to have for you? Like, shut up, Tamra. Like, for real. Like, I just didn't know what her audience trust has to do with her personal life and her as a person being a liar. Yeah, you can put on one thing for your audience to get paid and get money for it. Yeah, you're going to do anything for that. But in real life, with your real friends, what is your trust like? It's not there. So, I believe Tamra be telling white lies. I do. 100%. I do. So now we get into Akeisha and Latrice are at the fun place or fun spot or whatever it's called. They are there with Akeisha's kids and Latrice's grandkids. Yes, I said grandkids. Latrice's grandkids, and she think that's so funny. She think that shit is so funny. It's not. Latrice said she's a grandma. And I heard one of these YouTubers say, I forgot which one it was, but I heard one of these YouTubers say, like, they said something like, damn, what did they say? They said something in the aspect of women don't want to be grandmothers no more. They don't want to get old to be grandmothers. They want to still stay in their youthfulness. They don't want to make it seem to the world that they losing their youthfulness. So that's when they start calling themselves a grandma. Like, what happened to the women that wanted to get older to be a grandma, to actually be, like, I was talking to a coworker today, and this is just me ranting, y'all. I was talking to a coworker today, and we were just talking about how grandmothers used to be. Like, when you had a cold, like, they didn't sit there and just give you some Tylenol medicine. They used to put, my baby mom put a blanket on you and slap some wicks over your chest and over your feet and put a big blanket over you and make you some soup. Like, grandmas used to, like, it was just a TLC that comes from a grandmother. And nowadays, like, it's just all this glamour, and, like, it's just like women don't want to be, they fighting it, like, to be a grandma. And I think the person was talking about Sheree, which is way older than Latrice. Latrice doesn't have to be a grandma. She's not even at that age to be a grandma. So I can see why she's calling herself grandma. But at that point, if you gotta call yourself grandma, why are you a grandmother at your age? Like, what? It's some disconnect with it. But I'm saying all that to say, like, this whole glam mom thing, like, whoever created it needs to stick it up there. Yeah, because can we get back to the grandmothers? Can our children that's coming up in this next generation have pure, authentic grandmothers, not glam moms? We didn't have glam moms growing up. Like, what is that? What is that? Like, what? So, yes, Latrice says she's a glam mom. Latrice is one of Cliff's kids. That's why one of Cliff's kids is around the same age as Latrice. I just genuinely feel like if a man is dating a woman that is their daughter's age, that's a problem. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. You were making kids when your wife was born. That is disgusting. If my father, may he rest in peace, if my father was dating somebody my age, I would have a problem with it. She's literally my age. That means you could be dating me in a sense. Like, that's so disgusting to me. And if Latrice don't see nothing wrong with it, what do I do the kids feel? Like, what was they say on it? What did they perceive that to be? How did they look at their father? Like, I would look at my father like a freaking pedophile. I'm being so honest. Like, I would look at him like a pedophile. Period. That's a baby to you. I don't care how old y'all are right now currently. That's a baby. And it's disgusting. And at one point in time, I'm not even gonna go out. At one point in time, when she was a kid, you would have been arrested for even looking at her. Then you married to her. That's disgusting. That's disgusting to me. And she want to call you Zaddy. I think it's disgusting. Josh, and it just seems like Josh only disrespect. Like, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. So, Akeisha felt like it was good to say to Latrice her conversation with Josh. She did do it pretty good. She did try to ease in there. I was like, oh Lord, Akeisha. But she did try to, like, ease it in there. She was easing in there the best way she could to get it popping, but still, like, keep it subtle at the same time. So she was definitely easing into that conversation, trying to tell her what Josh told her. And, like, Latrice had the same reaction. I did. Like, why is Josh and you even having this conversation about me and my husband when we're helping Josh? Like, it's crazy. So, yeah. But I feel like Latrice only see Josh disrespecting her husband and not Cliff disrespecting Josh. She don't see that part. She only see Josh disrespecting Cliff. And that's where Josh needs to head. 2 + 2 needs to equals 4 in Josh's head, because that should show Josh right then and there she don't give a fuck about you. When it comes to her husband, she don't give a fuck about you. She don't even see that her husband is disrespecting you as a person. She only see you disrespecting her husband. when it can go both ways. So I would 2 plus 2 would equals 4 for me right there. Right then and there, if I was Josh, I would be like, okay, this is what it is, and okay, I see what it is, because she don't think that Cliff is disrespecting me at all, and it's crazy. I don't care if I'm living under y'all roof. I don't care if I'm your worker. I'm still a human at the end of the day. So if you don't see that, then that makes it clear to me. People talk with their actions, like not with what they say. So Latrice can cry and make it seem like, if I say something, I feel like I'll only be making it worse all day. But she's not a friend to you at all. She's not a friend to nobody. And I said what I said. All she kept saying is, Zaddy don't normally act like this. Zaddy don't know. Weird, baby, because that's all we done seen. We probably ain't seen it to this extent, but what we seen from season 1 and 2, that it added up to this. So I'm not surprised that we got this. Not at all. I'm not surprised, Latrice. I don't know who you think you're fooling, but okay. So now we get to the next scene. Tamara meets up with Damon for dinner, which seemed like a job to Tamara. It seemed like Tamara had to clock in and clock out. Seemed like a job for her, but whatever. What works for them, works for them. I did not miss Tamara's voice. I can't even do Tamara's voice if I tried. That shit's so annoying. I could only imagine who has to live with her and hear that shit every day. That has to be insane. Damon should be trying to move out after 4 months because of your voice. Not you. Not the other way around. What's wrong with you? Crazy girl? I just think that's crazy. I wish Tamara would just stop showing Damon and just leave that man alone, because you just, as much as you're confusing the viewers, I know you gotta be confused, Damon. I know that man got all praise to that man, because I know that man gotta be confused. Because we are confused, Tamara. We're looking at the video screen, the TV screen, we're confused, the viewers. So we can only imagine how Damon is in real life. You're going to have to fill in the gap for us, Tamara. Because how did it change over a course of 4 months? How did it change? I just don't understand it. I just don't know. I feel like you have completely different energy about Damon, towards Damon, everything. But I just wish you would stop showing him and stop showing us, because it's clear as day that it's not what you say it is. So now she says she goes into sorry. So now she goes into, she thinks Damon has bribed. I really wanted him to get that word right, because I could have sworn that it was bribe, the B instead of bribe with a V. But tell me if I'm wrong, because I could have sworn I looked it up and it said bribed with a B. But they kept saying bribe, but Tamara was just saying how she feels as though Damon bribed her to come live with him, because at some point he should have put a ring on it. But my thing is, Tamara, you didn't even get a ban 4 months. I'm all for putting that fire under the ass, because it's certain things you need to have if you acting like a wife, period. You need to have a ring, especially if you shacking up. Period. So I'm all for it. So, but Tamara, you knew what it was. I'm just confused. We all are just confused. You just moved with the man. And that was hard enough. And then they started talking about the rules and regulations for the condo. I really forgot what they called it. A chit room or something like that. She's making it seem to Damon like it's her condo, but it's her fully lived home. Stop, Tamara. She was like, oh yes, I'm moving out. Oh yes, I am. That seems like the most serious, the most honest Tamara's been when she was telling Damon that she's for sure still looking. She's honest about that. I just was confused. I just be looking at Tamara what do you got going on? Please make 1 + 1 = 2. So she was telling him how she's on a podcast. Whoever can listen to Tamara on the radio and the podcast, kudos to you. Because that voice, ma'am, Ma'am, no ham, no ham, no turkey. No, ma'am. But this is all. This is why the ladies don't like Tamara, because it's confusing. It's all over the place. It seems like lies. Like, but this is why the cast members, like, she went to show on the next scene with her and Damon, like, she justified what her and Marie was saying. Like, it's just stupid. Tamara just be all over the place, like all over the place. She don't think she do, but she do. But like I said, I can't imagine having to listen through Tamara podcast or radio. Whoever can sit there and listen to Tamara for a period of time, kudos to you, because you're a strong one and you're a good one. Because I could not. She would irritate my soul. Like, you know how nails be scratching off a chalkboard? Like, that's what I hear when I hear Tamara's voice. That's the same feel that it gives me. It just makes my skin crawl. Yeah. So, I said Letitia be looking good all the time. No, Letitia don't be having this supermodel, IG, BBL body. But she got a little on her. She give you that Mississippi lady body. Like, I hate to categorize them like that, but that's just what it gives to me. That country collard green cornbread body. That's what Letitia give me. So I think Marie's a good friend for putting her name on at least. Cause I don't think Latrice would do something like that. When Letitia season 1, half of season 2 was taken up for Latrice, like Marie was doing her wrong. I can't see Latrice doing something like that for a friend. But Marie go off of that. That's why Marie is my favorite. So Marie is definitely a good friend for putting her name on there. I doubt Latrice, like I said, would ever do something like that. I said, why Marie calling Latrice and So Gucci out? So they walk through the place or whatever. Marie get there. I just think Letitia looks so cute. So Letitia look cute or whatever. They all sit down. So Gucci had on this long wig, but I kind of like the shorter little bob So Gucci be having. I really was not feeling the long wig at all. So they all get there. I like the little trio type of thing when it was all there. They was making me laugh. And then they sit down, they talking, and Marie is calling out Latrice and So Gucci because, you know, when Latrice first brought So Gucci on saying she was the best to ever do it, she said that Latrice had sold her properties on properties, baby. So Latrice, not Latrice, but Marie is so willing to call Latrice out for being fake and phony. She didn't care about throwing, not Marie, but she didn't care about throwing So Gucci under the bus in the meantime. She was sitting on that couch and she was like, she said she was telling you probably you definitely, first of all, Marie kept it real with her, like, you definitely should have signed such and such paper to go to show that she shouldn't went to nobody else. That's rule number 1. So when she was like, yeah, you're right. I know that for next time. And then she was like, and then she came off saying how many properties she sold you. She was like, unless she didn't, like, she was like, if y'all don't work on so many properties, you should give that respect to tell somebody that you going with a different person, unless she really didn't sell you all these properties. So I'm like, Marie, you don't like Latrice that bad, and you're trying to show Latrice is fake that bad that your friend So Gucci that's in front of you that got a problem with Latrice, you willing to throw her under the bus to make Latrice look bad. I was cracking up. I said, no, Marie did not throw So Gucci and Latrice under the bus, but it was quickly shown, and it was nothing to get mad about. You know, it was just like a quick little shade or whatever. And then Glenn pop up at the door. Glenn, you like a fool. Letitia, I'm gonna try to put that in the video too. When Letitia started running from the couch, I was cracking up. I think I rewinded that part 5 times. Letitia got up and she started running from the couch. I said, girl, where's you going? Like, where are you going, girl? So fast. That was too funny to me. So, Letitia started running. Everybody started running. I'm just cracking up. That whole scene was so funny. I'm just cracking up or whatever. I just don't know who Glenn think he is, baby. And I'm just starting to think, like, so production, are y'all sneaking telling the husbands what the wives doing just to create mess? Because that's what it's giving. Because first, how did Cliff know that Latrice was at M-Bar and Josh was talking about him? First. Second, how did Glenn know anything about what Marie was doing and what Letitia was when y'all filming? Like, it's very much giving production is sneaking, telling people for mess, and let it be organic. Carlos King and production. When you be trying to call off Real Housewives all the time, focus on you and perfecting your craft, Carlos King, because it's very much giving that. It's very much giving that. So I just think it's so funny how Glenn and men in general would cheat, but do the absolute most when it's time for they partners to just leave them. Like, and Glenn, we seen you do the absolute most before to still do the same thing again. What do you hate to or keep putting all that effort when you don't have to? Like, when you could just do right instead of doing wrong and putting all, like, it's like you do wrong, which is 10%, but you gotta do 90% to make up for your 10% doing wrong. Like, why not just do right and be done with all that? Just be 100%. I don't get it with men when they cheat and they just want to still be with the person. Like, it's so fucking stupid to me. Like, you cheat all day and had the nerve to do all this, popping up on this girl, doing this scene for what? You cheated for what? I just don't understand it. So he was saying to Marie as he was mad, he was saying like, you need to worry about Essie. Is he talking about the lady Essie, the friend Essie? Because I forgot Marie's ex-husband name, but I think he's talking about the lady Essie, the friend Essie, who everybody think her and Marie got a lesbian relationship. Which I don't think they do, but they are very close. And Marie was giving Essie's energy for Letitia. Like how Essie was to Marie's husband about Marie, that's how Marie was giving it to Glenn about Letitia. It was giving very much Essie vibes. So I'm just like, is Essie? Like, I had to rewind. I'm like, is Essie the friend? Oh, he wrong for saying that. He wrong for somebody worry about Essie. He wrong for saying that. He wrong for saying that. He's somebody and that married man. Like, what are you talking about? Glenn, you was the wrong person to try to be throwing anybody out there. You were the wrong person. You were the wrong person. He said, or whatever his name, he said, whatever that married man is. Like, are you talking about her husband? Was he married? What's the tea, Glenn? What you know? What Letitia done told you? That's why Letitia was like, cause Letitia, you done told him that. You done told him that about Marie. Cause where is he getting this from? Where the hell is he getting this married man you need to worry about Essie from? So they get him out the house. And I thought it was so funny when Marie was like, clown, when he goes to the door. Like, that whole scene had me cracking up. I was crying off that scene. I just said, Glenn let Slow argue with Marie. Marie said she gonna come in the house like I said. She was like, Letitia, come in the house. Come in the house. Yeah, she gonna come in the house like I said. She gonna come in the house like I said. I'm just like, Marie is too much. She is definitely giving Essie vibes. She is definitely giving Essie vibes. How Essie act with her, Marie can't wait to act like that about her friends. Cause she knows. She knows how that shit go. Trust me. She know how that shit go. So, I felt bad for Letitia, especially when she was just explaining why she feared actually leaving Glenn. I really feel bad for Letitia. And I respect her for being so honest. That's why I do like Letitia. Is Letitia my favorite? No, she don't really do nothing for her to be my favorite. She don't really do nothing to be my favorite. Could the show survive without Letitia? I don't really think this show could survive without any of them. I feel like they all bring a collective effort to the Bell Collective. That's why I like it. It's just like that cast is a good cast. That cast is a good cast. So I said, Letitia, I understand he has abandonment issues, but just because Glenn have abandonment issues, do that jeopardize your happiness? Like, you're talking about all about him and what he go through, which is fine. Like, most men do. But do that justify or that take away from you? I understand. No, it takes away from your happiness, but is it worth your happiness? His abandonment issues that he has to go through, that's worth your happiness. Genuinely. I don't think so. But that's what I was just thinking to myself when I seen that. Yeah, and Marie's my favorite. Marie had me crying on that last scene. Like, Marie had me cracking up. She said, Glenn is a damn fool. Glenn is crazy as hell. That's how she said it. Glenn is crazy as hell. Glenn is a damn fool. I love Marie. Marie is my favorite, especially the new Body Baby. Marie's my favorite. But yeah, I respect Letitia for being honest. And y'all, that's all I got. That's all I got. That's all I got. That's all I got for this review. I will see y'all next week for episode 4. Hope that be popping. I can't complain about Bell Collective this season. Carlos needs to focus on Bell Collective and his Love and Marriage franchise. But I definitely don't care for Love and Marriage, honestly. But he just needs to focus on that. Let him focus on that instead of focusing on Real Housewives of Atlanta and Andy. Let him focus on that. But until next time, y'all get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this episode. Subscribe, hit the notification button to be notified anytime an episode comes out. And I will see you guys next week. Peace.